The amazing drama you're about to see is a matter of human record. You may believe it or not. But the real people who lived this story, they believe it. They know. They took that one step beyond.
Hello, I'm not Johnny Cash. I'm a bar.
In 3, 2, 1.
White, the former Albuquerque school
Everything
teacher,
that I
subject
did,
of a 6-month
everything
international
that happened,
manhunt, was found dead later
flowed
this
from that
year.
one moment. You and I could partner up.
You want to cook crystal meth?
That one decision.
He's alive! He's alive! Where the cocksucker's alive? Turn around!
You did not kill Uncle Hank. Uncle Hank, you still alive.
Gomi, I'm gonna avenge your death. Take out that neo-Nazi scum. Hey, Maria! I'm alive! Yay! I'm not buried in some desert somewhere. Hey!
Oh!
Give me the deets. Where the drugs come from, who the money goes to.
Silence! Are you talking to my client without his lawyer present?
What kind of sick shit is this?
There's a long dormant piece of me that so very badly wants out. I'm Mr. White's attorney, and you're in violation of his constitutional
Why
rights.
can't you people just let me die in peace?
Zip it. Okay, nobody's talking to you.
No, he wants to talk to us.
He's confused, okay? He was dropped on his head as a child. Agent Schrader. Fuck. Any good suspects lately?
Hey, that's so rough.
I wanted to kill myself.
Jesse! I fight for you, Albuquerque. Better call 911.
Step up, be a man, and admit life's no drug.
Well, there's no freeway. You gotta pay the toll.
Jesus, Hank.
Hank!
Just stop right. Kill yourself, Hank. Just kill yourself. Just give you guys a few more minutes.
Hey, remember, you're still a kid.
Psycho fuck!
Kill Brock! Kill Brock and you helped him!
Hank has been building a meth empire for over a year now and using me as his chemist.
Put your dick away, Walter.
So back, and we bad.
I'm in danger, Skylar. I am in the danger.
My name is Skylar White, yo. My husband is Walter White, yo.
Think you could steal from us and just walk away?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, science, bitch!
I do not fear, for you are with me. They took everything from me.
Why don't kill me, Brock?
I'm the son of a bitch. I'm gonna kill him.
Where are they?
I'm gonna kill that bitch.
Chuck was alive, and now he's dead, and now he's alive.
You passed the bar? No, I apologize.
It's all right. Don't sweat it. It's all good. Man.
What a sick joke!
Sassy Cass.
Michigan, you in the car business?
No. I'm in the empire business.
Tell me where you people took my baby boy. I'm a blue goddamn it. You came to my house, which you know you don't fucking do.
You son of a bitch!
You know what they call a nigga with stripes? A raccoon.
Jesus, what the fuck?
You are done!
What do you mean? Was he Nazio? He's the one!
Work that ass.
Pressure to meet the city's power brokers.
Lightning bolt! Shoot from just fingertips!
Where were the two bodies?
You. This is all your fault.
Stay exactly where you are.
Someone help me! Help me, please!
The only people left on the streets are the sort that enjoy the chaos. Tonight, Gotham's relying on one man to save us all.
Well, hello, Saul.
Good at man.
Oh, look at you. Should I call the FBI and tell them I found the Joker?
I thought my jokes were bad.
That's a joke, Joker.
The Joker is a complete amateur.
It's simple. We kill
The Batman.
Well, you grow more gorgeous by the minute.
Nobody! Nobody! Nobody!
Sunday, the Ridgely Theater in Fort Worth had the biggest day in its entire history. It sold more than The Godfather, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Superman, and Love Story. But the biggest surprise to theater employees is the number of parents bringing young children to see. Did you know that this was an R-rated movie when you brought him?
Yes, we did.
Are you sorry you brought him?
Yes, I am.
Are you glad you saw it? Yeah. Are you sorry, sir, that you brought your son along to see?
No, ma'am, I think he should have seen it. It's something that he needs to know, that things like that could happen in life. That could be a true story, based on, science. We never know what's going on the outside of the world.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
Did the movie scare you at all?
Yes, ma'am, it did. We take him to see a lot of horror pictures and things like that because we like horror movies. We're horror buffs, I guess.
Would you recommend to your little friends who are your age to go see it?
No, I wouldn't.
According to the National Association of Broadcasters Code, television cannot show you the more violent scenes from. Several adults have walked out of the movie, but no parents with children have been seen leaving early. At $4 a ticket, perhaps they feel they have too much invested. Or maybe moviegoers don't equate sci-fi fantasy with real violence.
But the people are retarded.
Or maybe, as psychologists keep telling us, we Americans are becoming more and more immune to excessive behavior. Bobby Wygant, the Texas News.
Don't mess with Texas.
You didn't know who Hitler was?
Yeah, like many of us, I didn't. But I do now. And let me tell you something. That guy's no good. Now, I grew up like you, thinking the Nazis were a bunch of funny fellas, because I watched Hogan's Heroes every week. But it wasn't like that. Oh, I know nothing. I see nothing. A lot less funny when you figure that was the cornerstone of the Nuremberg trial's defense.
The proof stands in his riddles of the pornos. Every Friday night he would go and rent pornos for the weekend for almost 2 years. The subject of every one of them was Black Bales, Long Dong Silver. He rented that 3 times before he finally bought it. He never rented a video about woman to woman.
A lot of things are covered in ice, and although we're dealing with ice pellets, it still is sticking to a lot of those cold surfaces. So just to show you this tree here, I actually just realized I don't have my goggles on, but with those strong winds, those ice pellets are absolutely painful. And you know what is interesting here is that just a second. We are dealing with icy conditions here on the windward side of the tree, but this is real icy. If you look on this side, it's actually bare, so you really can clearly see where that is. Ice accretions on those limbs with strong winds is certainly not good. We'll be keeping a close eye on this one here.
If you're the parent of an overly feminine little boy, choosing the right Halloween costume is crucial for avoiding humiliation during your family's trick-or-treat outings. Luckily, our next guest is here to help us tackle this difficult problem head-on. Jim?
Thanks, Trace. This is Anna Stevenson, author of Actually, He's a Boy, a how-to manual for parenting an effeminate male child. Good to see you this morning, Anna.
Thanks for having me,
I'm
Jim.
actually very excited to talk to you today because when my nephew, Derek, turned 8, he started acting giggly all the time. My brother is beside himself. He's afraid to let him out of the house, let alone on a night when everybody's dressing up.
All right, well, a lot of parents feel that way,
Yeah.
Jim. But unless you lock him in the house, you run the risk that the lady boy will sneak out on his own, dressed as a ballerina. And you'll find him pirouetting on somebody's front porch with the whole neighborhood watching.
Oh, the worst nightmare.
But the good news is, with a little creativity, we can disguise your girly son as a normal kid.
Well, show us how to do that,
Come
Anna.
on out, Travis.
Oh, looks like we have a little soldier man here.
This is Travis. Say hello, Travis.
Hello, Travis.
Travis has a gun and a threatening knife there. But if you want your child to depict a male-dominated profession, be very careful not to choose one that's been co-opted by the gay community, like a fireman, a cop, a cowboy.
Good point.
Otherwise,
Right.
they'll just end up looking like a stripper.
Right, exactly.
Now let's take a look at Ben.
Ben, come on out.
The world of science fiction is a great place to look for fearsome, violent characters.
Right. So you're a scary robot, huh?
I guess so.
This is also a good costume for what I call a prancer.
A prancer.
A son who skips delicately instead of just walking. Ben, take a few steps.
Well, look at that. Problem solved.
I want to be a pastry chef, but she wouldn't let me
look at this
because
feature.
Oh, now that's a good option.
Yeah, especially if you're losing control of the situation. Here we go. Next we have Lance.
Oh, hey, how you doing in there, big head?
Lance has long lashes and an almost compulsive habit of twirling his curly blonde hair around his finger.
Oh, well, not anymore with that head, right?
I'm a big old Bear.
Yes, you are,
The
aren't
big
you?
head also muffles his list.
Oh, well, maybe that's the costume for my nephew then.
Could be.
That's a great idea.
Now we have Christian.
Blah.
Now, is a vampire really the right choice here?
Yes, well, vampires are flashy dressers, but it's all in the service of seducing a woman.
Ah,
They're virile
okay,
and
right.
dangerous, but here's what I want to show you.
Yeah.
By using copious amounts of blood, we have sissy-proof this costume.
Oh, now that's a very menacing-looking costume. Very masculine.
It
That's
happens
slippery, yeah.
sometimes, sweet. Go ahead, okay.
Well, that's really neat. Now, I hope you parents at home who have faggy-acting little boys have been taking notes, because we've gotten a lot of good advice here. Now we're going to head back over to Tracy, who's going to show us how effective trick-or-treating can feed your entire family for a week.
Here's a couple of things America got right. Cars and freedom.
Hello, my name is Jamal. Every 60 seconds in Africa, a minute passes. Together we can stop this. Please spread the word. Thank you for your attention.
Randy White and Too Tall Jones? What's a couple of football stars doing out here alongside the road?
Picking up after some folks who really don't seem to care much about Texas.
Oh, you mean the litter?
Yeah, you see the guy who threw this out the window. You tell him I got a message for him.
Don't mess with Texas?
That's the message.
I got a message for him, too.
What's that?
Well, I kind of need to see him to deliver it.
Don't mess with Texas.
Achtung, Achtung! Fernsehsender Paul Nipkow. Wir begrüßen alle Volksgenossen und Volksgenossinnen in den Fernsehstuben Groß-Berlins mit dem deutschen Gruß Heil Hitler.
Damn, I wish I had a time machine.
To see that action.
Yeah, no, to take back my question.
Thought you were going to say to murder Hitler.
I would not. You know, people always fucking want to murder Hitler with their time machine, right? But then I feel if I got back there, I'd be afraid of falling under the spell of his fucking beautiful eyes.
It's true. You
and
want
oratory, and
then,
then
locked in the gaze.
Yeah, and then I join the fucking party,
That's
knowing
his
me.
thing. He gives you his full attention. You're like, whoa, wait a minute. Maybe there's something to this guy.
No, but before you ask another serious
Believe
question,
it or not, they're telling us to wrap it up. I don't exactly know why you got
Wrap
it.
what? This is fun for everyone.
It's the
For the
Lonely
record,
Island, guys.
I would have killed Hitler. So thanks, gentlemen.
Can I just clarify? if I did go back in time to kill Hitler, I would do it.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't get lost in his eyes and then bail.
Yeah.
Just so I don't get like hit from all the like
I know, all the-
defamation leads.
You would end it. Yeah.
Listen,
Okay.
man, I'm sorry about.
We gotta wrap it up.
I'm sorry
It's
about
over.
bringing up Hitler.
You really brought this live show to a new
This is
level.
the first one, right? This is your first interview?
It's just gonna get worse from
This is
here.
the first time I've ever interviewed a man.
If you can bring Hitler into all of them, they're going to ask you back for sure, which is I know what you want.
That's what we're all.
This has been a Wolfie Terry production 2023. Enjoying a treat.